Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Fuzzy from Fuzzy's Ghost Models, back here with another Wildcat update. Anyway, since last time I put some paint down on both kits. I have the Edward kit here done in an early VF41 markings from USS Ranger. And then I also have the Tamiya kit is also painted up. Which is also happens to be VF41 USS Ranger. But it's a F4 and a little bit later scheme. Anyway, so I'm just going to talk about where I'm at, how I got here. I'll show a few stills up as we're going along. So, I mean, this scheme is much easier to paint, the Edward scheme, than the other one, because it's just simple colors. There's no shading. These machines were pretty well taken care of, and they were pretty new when they were in these neutrality patrol colors. There's a few touch-ups I need to do. So this Edward kit, I was using I used the Edward decals, which actually went down really nice. It took a little bit of softening to get them to snug down into some of the spots, but then you read about all of the peeling of the layer, the carrier film on top. So I decided I'm going to use this one as a test for it. So I had some success, I had some not so great stuff, but this is where I'm at, and I'll talk about some of this. So you can see in the light there that the printing that's left is it's flat, and there's no carrier film at all visible, like, because it's all gone. I've removed it all. And the one thing is, and I'm gonna do some tests and then maybe do a video on it. And now you can see I've got some touch up to do in along here and some at the front, and there's some spots in here where the ink has peeled up, and yeah. And then on the bottom with the silver, the alclad seemed to do a lot better. But you can see where some of the white from the star came out. So I'm gonna have to touch up that, a little bit of the white here. And then for the coating, the aircraft coating, the white band is a decal, and you can see how the F really didn't adhere well. I'll flip it over to the other side as well. Didn't adhere well to the decal on the decal. So I did these ones sort of last, as well as the US Navy and the tail codes, and you can see there's absolutely no carrier film visible because it's gone. So I'm gonna have to experiment a bit. What did I use? I used the Tamiya super strong decal solution on these to try and get them to lay down, and I might need to work on a little bit more on that. I'm gonna have to repaint this, but that's okay. A little touch up, not too bad. I do think that it works really well on the metallic surfaces. Like you can see the star here. There's no carrier film visible. It's like it's painted on. Looks really good. So I think if there was ever a kit, the F104s with these new style of decals, that would be great. Like anything with a silver finish on it or metal finish, I think this will be very useful. So that's where I'm at with the Edward one. Zoom out a little bit. That's the Edward Wildcat. I do have 5 more of these kits to build. It's a great kit. I really like it. The Wildcat's a cool aircraft. For one, it's a Grumman, and I love Grumman aircraft. And this kit goes together really nicely, and the detail is fantastic. Surface detail is beautiful on it. All the little rivets. Love rivets. So what I need to do with this one now is do the little bits of touch up on the white with the star and the F coating on the white stripe. And then what I'll be doing is putting doing some pin washes for the panel lines, something light, not too heavy. And then I'll seal it all up because they were all gloss coated, and it should look pretty good. Anyway, so then we'll move on to the old venerable Tamiya one. And the Tamiya one, like I've said before, I've taken the steps of cutting the wings off and adding some the Aries wing fold set, plus inside there's a what is it, KMC cockpit. So if we look at this, and I'll show pictures of how I got to this point in the finish. So I start off completely coating the entire aircraft with black, and on this one I use the Alclad gloss black base, and then from there just do some stippling with white in each panel. So there's a lot of panels on the Wildcat, and so each one I went with white little dots in each one. Then from there I took some yellow and did some yellow, not in everything, but along the certain areas, just to make a little bit of a color variation once it got painted. And from that, did the bottom color first, very thinned out and very light coats, just to fill everything in. And from there, the top coat, the intermediate blue that's on there, and again it's really thinned out and just sprayed over the aircraft, and not big swipes but little sections, just like I did with the white and yellow dots, just little sections to bring it out to this kind of modeling. So anyway, back to this the decaling here. These are the old Tamiya decals. Yeah, this is what I have left. I'm not sure if these are original, but they look pretty original, from '94. They are a little thick, but with time and whatnot, they really do go down nicely. Let's get in a little bit here, and yeah, let's look at one of the wings here. All right, focus on up. So you can see how the decal goes right in. The red dot is a decal on a decal, but managed to snug them right into the contours and the rivet holes of the kit. So once this is coated over, it should look pretty good. And again, I'm gonna do a pin wash on this, and also do a pin wash and some weathering on it. You can sort of see the printing streaks on this one. I don't think that'll show up when we do the flat coat. And there's got to do a little touch up on that red. Yeah, it's a decal on a decal. Tamiya decals have a reputation for being thick. They are thick, but they do melt. And what I was doing with these ones is putting the extra strong down first, and then quickly putting that on top. And from underneath, it makes the ink, it reacts with the ink a lot faster than going through the carrier film on the top. So that's a little tip that I use for getting Tamiya decals to snug down. With these ones, on the Edward one, I use the, what is it? Got a little bottle. I use this decal adhesive. I didn't start using this until about halfway through on some of these here, so I'm not sure. I got to experiment more with this and this stuff. And my favorite is Solvaset, and there's also Mr. Mark softer I have, and then you also have that's the liquid decal, the Microset, Microsol, and all that stuff. So just lots of different stuff out there. Some are different strength than others. So I've got like I said, got a bunch of other Edward Wildcat kits that I'm going to build. So I'll have lots of opportunity to experiment. And once I figure out what I think is the best or what works for me, I'll definitely pass it along. I'll do a little video up. But anyway, that is where I'm at right now. I'm going to get to it, get these little pieces touched up, and then get the pin wash going. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now for the dual Wildcat build. The Tamiya one is going to look pretty cool. Let's just play with this. I'll show you how it's going to look with the wing folded up. if I can get this to focus. Yeah, something like that. It's gonna look pretty sweet, I think. And it's kind of interesting, I accidentally made them from the same squadron, just at different times, same aircraft carrier. So anyway, enough jibber jabber. If you like the video, hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, buy me a coffee, links in the description, and that's about it. All this stuff is in the description, all the good stuff. Come and visit me on Instagram and say hi, and that's it. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and we'll catch you next one. Okay, bye.